Hello, YouTube. Just getting Instagram updated. And then we're going to get into the live. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. Let's get into it. We're going to speak a little bit around identity work, subconscious identity work, and why you might be struggling, why it can feel so hard to move over into a new identity, and why sometimes it feels like you've taken 5 steps forward and then 20 steps backwards. There is a concept, there is a framework that I teach my clients that I want to share with you today just to set some context when it comes to identity, subconscious identity work. And this framework is called the upside down Y framework. So exactly how it sounds, draw an upside down Y. Now, a lot of people think identity work is, okay, I'm going to go from the old identity and I'm going to go straight over to the new identity. I just need to fake it till I make it. That can work to a certain degree. But with my concept that I've created called the upside down Y framework, what it looks like. So again, imagine that you have an upside down Y, you have your old identity, you have your new identity, and then in this bit, again, imagining there's a Y, is your in-between identity. This is where I see a lot of the clients that come and work with me, the high achievers who are trying to create more income in their business, or they're trying to change their lifestyle, or they're trying to connect to who they are as a career woman, or who they view themselves as in a relationship or in relationships. I actually find they're not in the old, they're in the in-between. The in-between will keep us feeling like we have momentum with changing our life and our identity, but then it will always keep us back. It will keep us in the same tendencies, the bare minimum mindset. And it becomes hard to change. I mean, everything is a perception, right? As we perceive is hard. So it doesn't necessarily mean that's like for fact, but we can perceive identity changing, subconscious identity changing as hard because it can feel like this push and pull, right? Like I said at the start of this live, it can feel like I'm taking 5 steps forward to this change and then 20 steps back. So why do I keep getting in this push and pull? It's the momentum. So really to break free, if we're using my concept, the upside down Y framework, and you know, I actually have a bundle. You need to DM, it's not in my links, but or comment here on YouTube if you want. It's $55. There's three video trainings on self-concept and identity, and it goes into depth about what I'm speaking about today. $55, highly recommend jumping into that and actually learning these concepts, especially if you're struggling to actually change your behaviors and your habits and how you perceive yourself in your business, your career, your relationships. But part of this is understanding that the momentum piece to break through is leaning into and understanding the behaviors. First of all, hang on, let's go back, right? First, we need to understand in the in-between identity, where do we feel like we're benefiting? Because any time that we are consciously or unconsciously choosing something, there is a benefit to it. A lot of the time, people will be like, well, I want to change and I want to be this person. Like, I'm so sick of being who I currently am. Why can't I change? Drawback, drawback, drawback. That means you're not neutral. Something I teach all of my clients is the emotional matrix concept, which is being able to get into a state of neutrality. Which comes off the law of polarity. There are 2 sides to everything. You need to be able to see 2 sides to the coin to be able to neutralize yourself and do this work. And so a lot of people will go, well, drawback, 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 like this is bad, or this behavior I have is bad, or this thought process is bad, or how I speak to myself is bad, 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 bad. They see one side of the coin, they're not neutral. And it may feel like a roller coaster when you're trying to make a change. Your aim is to understand the benefits. You are only doing something because your mind also sees the benefit. Again, it's probably a case of bringing the unconscious, the subconscious up to the conscious. So if you, let's do some examples. If you are in your business right now, let's say you're making $10,000 a month and you have been chasing the $20,000 mark for months and months and months, and you're like, I'm doing everything. You're sitting here and you're telling me, you're like, I'm working on my selling, I'm working on my content strategy, I'm working on my messaging, I'm working on the identity piece, which, by the way, those are the 4 pillars that I will be teaching and masterminding with you inside of Become the CEO. Become the CEO is a 12-week mastermind for female entrepreneurs who want to consistently scale to 10K to 30K months and make a huge impact. So we're going through those 4 processes in that. But if you're sitting here, as per this example, you're saying, I'm at the 10K a month. I'm trying to get 20K. It's been months and months. Like I can't seem to make leeway. I'm doing everything. Instead of looking at all what you perceive as bad or anything that is negative, it's like, and this is where I see a lot of business owners look at it. It's like, okay, it's so bad. I haven't hit this 20K, or I haven't gone viral here, or I haven't attracted XYZ. No, let's flip it. Let's look at the way that you're benefiting from staying in your exact same position. And this is one of the biggest things. Like I'm literally giving you gold now. I give you what I teach my clients. Looking at in that in-between identity, or how are you benefiting from staying exactly the same? What are the benefits to you as per this example of only earning 10K a month, of staying in that same income cap, of reaching that ceiling and not attracting any more clients, any more income? This, we can apply this to career as well, right? Maybe you have gone through careers and you seem to only attract the same salary, or you seem to always get jobs that don't get bonuses, right? So what's the benefit of that? Looking at, okay, you don't have to pay extra tax, you don't have to upgrade this in your lifestyle, or maybe you're scared that your parents are going to start asking you for more help, more money. When you understand how you benefit from identifying as the same person in all areas of your life, and I do this really easily by just breaking down 4 different areas of life: health and wellness, relationships, career or business, or you can do both, and finances, money, wealth. Understanding how you are benefiting from staying the same is going to be a game changer. And a lot of people will be like, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't really benefit from, having this income cap, or I don't benefit from attracting the same type of person every time I go on a date from a dating app. You do. Your subconscious mind keeps you there. Number one, it keeps you there because it's familiar. It knows exactly what's happening. That's already a benefit, number one. But it also keeps you there because there are benefits it's reaping. You can't have one without the other. There can't be only drawbacks to any situation. Just like any situation, there cannot only be benefits. For the world to work, the universal law of polarity comes into place. Without one pole, you can't experience the other pole. And so being able to understand that when it comes to identity work, and I never hear anyone speak about it in this way, is crucial. You can't just fake it till you make it, but live in fantasy land. Of course, it is part of the program. And I want to speak about this. I think it is an important part of energetically shifting yourself and getting ready. Like I truly believe, I saw this concept and it was like, get pregnant with your future. So what happens when you get pregnant, right? I've never been pregnant, but I'm just like,
attention,
pause.
Testing of the building's fire alarm system is about to commence.
This is not
Testing
convenient.
of the building's fire alarm system is about to commence. Please disregard this alarm. This is a test only.
Yeah, let's just pause this live while this happens.
Evacuate now. Emergency.
That was the longest test ever.
Attention, please. Just a reminder that was a test, and the test is now complete. Please consider future alarms to be real and correct. Thank you.
I was like, I am not stopping this live. I'm on a roll here with what I'm sharing with you. So if you're watching the replay, hopefully you just skipped all of that. It was like the longest test ever. I lost my train of thought, unfortunately. But I think I was talking about like the different areas of life and understanding. Without one, you can't have the other. You need to be able to see both sides. And this is a big part of identity work. It's a big part of how you see yourself. And that's what I was saying is, yes, that's what I was saying. The analogy, right? Get pregnant with your future. So what happens when someone is pregnant? They start to prepare for their future of having a baby, right? They start to do things. They buy the baby clothes, they get the baby, the nappies, the cot, the pram, the whatever else, stroller, same thing. But you get what I'm saying, right? They start to prepare. They know, give or take, whatever, they have 9 months to prepare. And this is how I want you to see it. the modality of faking it till you make it, it's basically like use this. It's like, yes, you can fake it and you can like step into a new persona and do your hair differently or your makeup and your clothes and speak differently. But you also want to have that sense of anticipation that it's happening. Like the person, it's not like, okay, I'm going to like just fake and hope it happens. And this is what the flaw that I see in fake it till I make it. It's like you're kind of hoping that if you're playing that role long enough, you're eventually going to get there. But if you pair it with what I just said, of be pregnant with your future, is like you're anticipating, it's happening, that it's coming, the baby's coming, you need to set up the nursery, you need to get things ready, it's coming. And so if you want to use, and I think it's great to have the fake it till you make it attitude, but instead of having hope, or like maybe it's going to come, like if I keep acting like this, instead have the anticipation. When you have the anticipation that it's already done, it's coming, you start your energetically and physically, like in that 3D physical, but energetically and also subconsciously, we start to prep. It's like if you really want to move where you live, or you want to change of environment, and you don't know when that's going to happen, but like you're feeling that's a thing, what do? You don't wait until this opportunity is coming, right? You don't just sit and wait at your house and be like, oh, I hope I get an opportunity to go overseas, or a brand new house comes up. What do? You start cleaning. You start saying, okay, well, if I'm moving out in 6 months time, which I am, I need to start packing boxes, or I need to actually do a spring clean. I need to go take my clothes that I don't wear anymore to the op shop. I need to start getting rid of furniture I won't need, or maybe, upgrading XYZ. You start prepping. And this, pairing this with identity work of understanding the benefits and drawbacks of where you're being, will be a game changer. And this is why it's so hard for people to actually change their identity. This is why it's so hard, because they see, okay, this is my bad habit, and I'm just going to try do something different. You need to do the subconscious work. You need to understand the benefits and drawbacks, law of polarity, but you also equally need to have the sense of anticipation that things are happening, but you have to make them happen. You can't just sit, you can't just sit and try to raise your vibration and meditate and hope it comes to you. Identity work is actually leaning in every single time you get momentum. This is where people feel it's really, really hard. It's like, I'm getting momentum and then I don't get momentum. Okay. But are you leaning right in every time you have momentum? Every time that you are about to break through and you're getting more client inquiries, or you're matching with more eligible people on dating apps, what do you do with that? Do you lean in and you start responding? I'm doing two different examples. Do you lean in and you start to respond to all the comments on your Instagram, and sending people into DM, sending your offers on the dating apps? Do you reply straight away, or are you leaning out? You're like, oh, okay, cool, I'm getting inquiries, I'm going to take a break. Like I might go for a walk, or I might go scroll on TikTok, or I might do something else on the dating app. It's like, oh yeah, they're coming through. Cool. Like, oh, they're going to be there. Like I'll respond in the next couple of days. I'm busy at work. That's self-sabotaging behavior. Right. And, I highly recommend as well getting into the Femme Club self-paced program. This was my signature program for a couple of years. Hundreds of women have taken it. It's something that teaches you how to eliminate your self-sabotaging behavior and actually create a life of direction. Have direction in your life. Link in bio, or just send me a DM with the word femme and I can link that to you. But I highly recommend getting into that, even if that's like your starting point for everything. And it's like, all right, I'm at a point right now, I'm ready to change. I'm ready to have some actual change and not just like ride the highs and lows of trying to change. I need some like stability. I need I need to know what to do, right? Get into that. Send me a DM. But to kind of recap this was only going to be a 5-minute live. I can never keep it to 5 minutes. But to kind of recap all of this, when it's so hard to change your identity, because we think it's about, okay, I have the bad habit of scrolling on my phone every hour while I'm working. So instead, I'm just going to put my phone in another room. Yes, this can help, but that's not the unconscious. Like how are you benefiting from that? How are you benefit from not of deviating from work and not getting that career or not getting a new client, understanding that, and then working with the energy of anticipation. Not, I hope this comes, so like I'll start spring cleaning to move out. It's, well, I know this is coming and I can feel it and I have the self-trust. I mean, building self-trust is a big part of all of the work I do. Sorry, I completely like lost my own train of thought, but it's having that, okay, it's coming. So I'm going to do the things because that's what I want. And you start signaling. So a lot of my work, I like to base my concepts around, yes, the energetic side, but also the very practical, logical things. And that's what the Fem Club will help you with. Also the identity bundle, if you want to start smaller, get into that. But I'm a very like practical. It's like, yes, we can speak about the energy and the vibration and stuff. That's great. But like practically, what am I doing to make a change? And that's what I base all of my concepts on. But I hope this has given you some type of insight into why it may feel hard to change your behaviors and your habits, or why you may be struggling. Apologies for the little stop with the fire alarm test. Any questions, definitely leave me a comment, slide into my DMs. Just to recap on things, you can get the identity bundle. It's $55. It comes with 3 trainings around self-concept and around identity shifting. The second thing is the Fem Club self-paced program. There is 10 plus modules in that. It was my signature program for a couple of years. Hundreds of women have taken that. If you are struggling with self-sabotaging behaviors, you want to eliminate them, and you want to be able to create a life with a clear sense of direction, 110%. That's for you. And for my female entrepreneurs, Become the CEO, we start in a couple of weeks. It's a 12-week mastermind for female entrepreneurs who are looking to scale consistently to 10K to 30K months whilst making an impact and designing the life that you actually want to live. Like, your business should be an extension of you. It shouldn't be your whole identity and persona. Any questions on those, let me know. Slide into my DMs on Instagram, YouTube, leave a comment, come over to my Instagram, and I will speak to you all tomorrow. Bye.